Howdy crew, today I'm going to be mounting the 81mm mortar cans onto the welding rig. Let's get to it. Two of these cans will be mounted onto the topsider toolbox over here on the left side, just behind the jerry cans, and then two will be put in the bed. Now, my main concern was how am I going to keep these locked? As some of y'all have probably seen and or have, is 30 cal or 50 cal cans with a lock, a padlock on one side. Well, these, you open up each side and you lift it straight up. It doesn't have the hinge. So I would need a padlock on each side, but I don't want to go through that, unlocking both sides. And then more padlocks, as you all have seen. I have plenty of padlocks for all this stuff on here. And so my main thing was, how could I try and have it to where this doesn't lift up? Because if this can't lift up, no one can get inside. As long as, I mean, they can undo these, but if they can't lift up the lid, they're unable to access anything inside. So my thought process on that was a U-bracket, U-bolt, something like that, but I also want something lockable. So I went and I bought a Master Lock bike lock. And what I'm going to do is, obviously it's going to be in the center, but I'm going to have the top go over and then drill a hole in the middle, and so that way it's not one side or the other. That way I can send this all the way through, lock it, and then nobody can get inside. They can unlock the sides all they want, lock it, unlock it, don't matter, but they can't lift it up. So that's what I'm going to do. And these were $15.99 just by themselves with the keys, but if you wanted the 4-foot cable to go with it, it was only an extra $2. So I sprung for that, and I have one for each of these cans, lock and cable. So should I need extra cables, whatnot, then I have them. And the two that are going to be in the bed, they will also have these on here, and I can just run cable through the open part. I can lock it on here. I can do whatever I want with those. So I thought that was a pretty good idea, and they look awesome. To me, these are awesome. You know it's going to be this rig rolling in when you got the jerry cans, you got the ammo cans, POW, MI flag, American flag. Got to have all that. And just everything. This is a one-of-a-kind rig. This isn't just a standard rig. This isn't a look-alike rig. This is everything that I want on it. This is everything that is me. And ammo cans, they're so durable. They're very handy. And the seals on them, yes, I realize this takes out the waterproof capability, so there's not going to be things in here that need to stay waterproof. And so I do realize that. Now, for actually mounting the two that are going to be on the top side of the toolbox, what I'm going to have are two U-bolts. Now, these are 2-inch, but they're actually a little bit narrower on the inside than 2-inch, so they're going to have to be spread out a little bit. The ladder rack, the bottom rung, which is the thicker one, is 2 inches, so that's why these are going to have to be spread out a little bit. And then once that's on the rung, two of these will go in here, so it will look similar to this. And once it is inside and I know where it will go to, I can mark it. And then with cutoff wheel, I can cut off a lot of the excess, so I don't have to worry about that, and then put it back in. And that way I can have more stuff going in and out without everything being caught, because that's a lot of space being taken there that I don't want to be taken. So each of the two cans that are going to be up here will have two U-bolts going in. Now, most likely I'll have them towards the ends, so if for some reason it looks like it won't cause any issue, I can just keep them at the ends. I don't have to worry about cutting them off, but I will determine that once I get to that point. Now, for actually bolting them onto the topsider toolbox, I have these galvanized bolts, two large washers, a lock nut, and a nut. So again, be towards the outside, so that way as far away as possible, and it doesn't give the ammo can any possibility of centrifugal force going down the road. Same thing that I try and do with everything, spread out as much as possible, because you don't want it rocking. You don't want to put the bolts in the center, and then possibility of it rocking is greater. So to negate that as much as possible, you want them out towards the sides as far as you can, So that's what I'm going to do. Try and keep that centrifugal force to a minimum. If not, just take it out altogether. And then with the U-bolts going on to the bottom rum, which is the larger rum of the ladder rack, that will all be good. And then these, I've already done the fitting and measuring. These will be fine. They will not interfere with the top rum of the ladder rack. It will be above it. So I'm not going to drill into this one because this one is the best ammo can out of the four, and I really don't want to mess it up. Obviously, I will be drilling in for the U-bolt, but I mean for all the other bolts. The sticker is still in perfect condition, and this one also has the chart on the back, the firing chart. So the others do not have that, so I will be using those. Most likely, whichever one's the most rusted will be the ones that will be going up there. Obviously, there's very little rust on these to start off with in comparison to what they could be. So the ones that can be replaced the easiest because they've already got rust on them will be going up there, and the ones that are better condition will stay in the bed. And since there's more room in there, since the jerry cans are up there, that makes more room for these, which is perfect. Should I need more of these, I can go buy more of them. They were only $19.99 on Sportsman Guide. So extremely happy to get them at that price. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the installation, measuring things, get them all put together in there, and I'm just gonna get it done. As y'all can see, the ammo can does have a hole on this side. There's also one exact same spot on the other side. And with the bike lock stripped of one side of the rubber coating, just gonna go ahead and slide it on through, just like so. Then taking this part there and locked. Yes, it does have a little bit of give, but this is definitely within tolerance. Reason being, still doesn't open. So even with the maximum amount of play there, it still cannot be open for anything to be stolen. So that is fantastic. And I'll go ahead and open this up. So this just comes right off. That comes out. And then whatever I need in here can be accessed. So that's wonderful. I'm very happy with it. All of them have the holes in, and the bike locks all fit. So that's great. I'm gonna go drill holes in the bottom of the ammo cans, and then put respective holes for 2 of the cans in here. So only 2 cans are gonna get holes in the bottom, and then holes will be put in here and then on the side for the U-bolts for 2 cans. What I did is I just took the washer, put it right about here. I gave it a little bit of room, just a little bit of extra in case there's a thicker wall in there, anything like that. Just for any old reason, just give it a little room. And then drew my little circles for drilling. So y'all can see that's what I did. Just move it all the way across and get up on that little lip. So yeah, that's what I did. I'm just gonna go ahead and drill out these holes first, and then once I get it up there, I'll see where I want them, and then find out if there's any inconsistency with the bottom rum, which is the thicker rum, the 2-inch rum, and that's where I'm gonna put the holes in the sides. the U-bolts up here with all the hardware. Also down here, have the bolts with one large washer each. And also set those here. And I have the ammo cans with all holes drilled and also holes drilled. And here I had to skip some of the filming because it's starting to get dark. And I just want to get this done. So I'm gonna go ahead and have them lined up. It is a little bit of a snug fit with the bolts. So just so y'all know, it is lined up. It's just a snug fit with the bolts going into both the steel of the ammo cans and then the aluminum of the toolbox. Line those up. Perfect. Start off with bolts and washers. So those are fitting just fine. Just twist them a little bit, get them down a little bit further. I'll do the same with this can. Reason I did this, well, one, it is very useful. They have a great shelf life to them in the elements, but also how cool does it look? It's something that you don't see on just welding rigs. You don't see it on utility trucks, anything like that. So it's a multi-reason for this. Very utilitarian, but also it's different. It looks awesome. I love ammo cans, and it's just gonna look great. That one down in there. Twist it some. Alright, so now I have all the bolts in with one large washer each. Obviously, I do not have the large washer, the lock nut or nut down here yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the U-bolts so they're all in their place. Again, each U-bolt came with this and two nuts. So definitely a very snug fit. That's fine by me. I'm not sure if I'm wanting these cut off yet, the long lengths for the U-bolt. I'll see how it is. If things keep getting caught on them, then I probably will. But right now, it's looking just fine, since it's mostly to the sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish these up, and then I'll be back. Alright, just gonna be putting the washers, lock washers, and the nuts on here. So that way that is all done. Everything will be tightened down later. Double tightening, that is. Everything's gonna be tight as it is, but there'll be more at a later time because there's other things to do right now. So that's just gonna be the game plan. Alright, so I will tighten all those down, but basically the ammo cans are up there. I'm just going to put the lids on with the bike locks. So I'd say it's a huge win, big success. I'm very happy about it. Turned out great, and there'll be more going into this later, all things going into it. But that is it for right now. Obviously, I'll keep y'all updated and posted on all this good stuff. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next vlog.